Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Reiska Kristien Simanungkalit. So, I'm here. This is my final exam task. I will explain you about extrinsic elements and intrinsic elements in movie that I've watched before. So this movie is about the genre is comedian movie. So this is a lot of funny in it, but it's telling us about something that teach us to have a good speaking conversation. So I think it's quite good for me. So okay, just let me begin the intrinsic element and intrinsic element. So the first intrinsic element that we have is character. So when I'm watching the video, I have five major characters. So the first is, in here I see Maria, who she is a smart smart and professional workers, and she also a hard worker. I'm so like this character in this story. So the second character is Mr. Evans. So this is the leader of the company, but I think he is a quiet funny, I guess. And the third we have Paul. So Paul in here, he is a tour guide. He is funny and also funny and also make jokes with that. And I think he is always make a reason to not working. Like the first time that he's sick, but he hates it. But he hates doctors. And the second is when he when he talking about something strange, I guess. And the fourth is Cereal. So this is my favorite character also in this story. So Cereal is a smart cooking. She is lovely. She also want to hear the. She also want to hear the others friends about something that they discuss. I think that's. And the last is we have Bob. So this is Bob is a quite funny. She is a love to eat and cute, I guess. And Cheryl and Bob in here are getting married. So the minor character in here, there is two, I guess. Mrs. Betty. I think she is annoying, old granny, and she always comment at everything that she want to go, like some part at in the middle of the story and at the beginning of the story. The second we have Mr. Rashid. Yes, Mr. Rashid. So in here, he is understanding about etiquette in India. So, but it's quite strange when she do it with other people, with Western people. And I guess in here, Mr. Rashid is strange people, I guess. So the second is we have plot. Plot in here, I think it the first okay, I forgot. The first, I guess, it's exposition. So exposition is the beginning, right? So I think the story is open with Cheryl, who told Mrs. Palish told to Maria to do some work as soon as possible. But in here there is Mrs. Betty, who annoying her and bothering her. But in here, Maria is a quiet, busy but he looked so very angry, I think, with Mrs. Betsy. So because of Mrs. Betsy, Mrs. Maria not quite done with her job. So I think that is the exposition. So the second part is we have complication. The complication in here, I think there is a lot of problem in here. I guess there is a lot of story in one duration, from the beginning until the end. And I quite confused where is the complication or falling action in here. But I have a conclusion in here. So I think there is a lot of complication in of a problem in the story. So I think the complication will start with the story. Give the first problem when the story is when the major character in here, Maria, Bob, Paul, Mr. Evans, and several discuss about the missing package. The problem with Mr. Wells. This is they discuss that is the package is missing. The package is for Mr. Wells. So they discuss and they work together how the package is can be with them. So I think that's the complication or the falling action. So the third is climax. Before I go to the climax, I just want to share you that is have a lot of problem. Like they discuss about the wedding problem between between Cheryl and Bob. Acquisitions problem, National Day problem that they discuss in restaurants. And what else? I think that's all I remember. Next, the climax is, I guess, when they talk about the last problem, discuss about the last talk about a political problem. I guess a political problem in Texas. So I think that it's the climax. So the resolution is it ends with. Because it ends with interview. I do not guess it before. The end is like this. So the end is about it ends with an interview to few people, but the interview about the problem in that happened in the story. So they like asking about the national the medicine court medicine or herbal medicine. Wedding problem in their country, their occupation question or skill question, something about that, I guess. And the last is also asking about government too. So I think that's all about the plot. So we come to the setting. Setting is in here the place. The first is the place is I think in of course in the office, at the restaurant, at the home. I think it's a Serial's home and public area. And the setting of the time is I think because it is talking about working. So it might be happen in the morning, afternoon. I think a night. Okay, what about we come to the POV, point of view. So the point of view, I think in here they use the first person. Cause they also always talking about themselves, right? And the style of the story is, I think it's a formal style. So we know that if this story is talking about office job, right? So I think it might be the style. It might be formal, but there is have informal too when they're at home. And the last of intrinsic is themes. Themes, I think it's about office job, something like that, I think. So we come to the extrinsic elements. So I think the intrinsic element in here, so the first is we have moral value. So in here, the moral value that I get is they work very professionally, and their friendship, I so very like it, and this is very real to us. I think that it's so nice when I watch the story. This professional is very amazing, and then friendship is very good, I guess. It's like a family. They like a family, and they also, I guess that moral value that I guess is respect each other. I think that's all about the moral value. So the last one is we have social cultures. So in here, I think social cultures when they have discussion about wedding. So in that there, in the Western culture, wedding, like they have to use white dresses, have a white cake, or have a party until night, something like that, I guess. And also, I think their relationships. So somebody have told me that Western always have a good working, so they always have together that, but and this is also happen in this story, so I'm select this part, this story, I guess, I mean. Okay, I think that's all about the movie. It's not long movie, but I sure it's a quiet good. So the conclusion I think in here that I can take is they have a good talking, and that is also teach me about speaking. This also teach me teach me about they speak like a good speaker. I so like this. So this movie also telling us about the friendship or the professional with our jobs, right? And it told us about to be a good speaker, because this story is a lot of vocabulary that I can use when I'm working, maybe. So I think that's all about my explanation about this story, the extrinsic element and also the intrinsic element. I'm so sorry if I have a mistake or I quiet long to I'm long to quiet. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.